Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV. What you're about to experience is a free, worldwide interactive broadcast from Ontario, Canada. We broadcast live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Get your questions in. Join the community chat room at www.category5.tv or email us at live@category5.tv. And now, let's begin. Here's your host, Robbie Ferguson.
Welcome to episode number 244 of Category 5 Technology TV. It's Tuesday, May the 22nd,
The 22nd
of 2012.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. Did you forget to turn your BlackBerry off? Oh, no, you have
right, yes, I don't even use a BlackBerry.
Whoops.
How you doing, man?
Hey, it's time to start the show.
Is that what that was? Oh, look, I'm on the air.
Telling me it's time. Okay.
I poured you a nice cup of coffee tonight.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, we're there.
All right. Cheers.
Hey, everybody. Nice to see you. Tonight we've got lots going on. We are going to be talking about more ways to save some money.
I have no money to save.
Well, this time we're going to be doing it with our television sets. Probably pay for cable TV and stuff.
If I could save money with my television, because I'm pretty good at the television. You know?
Pretty good.
I've been accused of having Velcro attached to the back of my pants once I sit on the couch.
Yep.
You know that hockey game starts? Boom, I'm pretty much there for the duration.
Yeah. All right. Well, I might not be able to help you with that, but we're going to show you a Multimedia Center kind of PC-like device that you can get for under $100. So stick around. We're going to be talking all about that in just a little bit of time.
And no, you can't call me Velcro, but I'm just saying.
Clearing that up with the chat room.
Okay.
Just clear that up with the chat room right off the bat. You know, that nickname.
I'm not even going to look in the chat room because I'm scared now.
That nickname just won't stick.
Kirby doesn't have a TV.
Oh, really?
He's already saved some money.
Hey, look, you can join us on our mobile site if you don't have a TV. You can use your mobile device. If you got this BlackBerry thing or something like that, you can hop on over there, m.cat5.tv, and check us out. You know,
you even when I worked with you, you'd say that to somebody on the phone. Well, hop on over. I just have people of hopping on their internet. And
yeah.
It's like a little scooter. Maybe it's like a little Vespa.
Happily...
I'm going to hop on my... Sorry,
yeah.
stop.
All right, I'll work on that. Well, jolly good.
Jolly good. Hop on over to cat5.tv and say hi.
There you go. Hop to it. Random observations from Eric.
Okay. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, we'd love to receive your postcards this week. I absolutely adore receiving them. Get yours in by snail mail. Category 5 Technology TV. Postal Box 29009, Barrie, Ontario, Canada. L4N7W7.
Wow. There's a W. Okay, sorry.
There's so much going on here at Category 5. We're getting ready to launch our new website. Very, very excited about what's going to be happening July 1st. Our beta team has been fantastic.
Or the beta team.
Mm-hmm. And lately, there's been a lot of progress with the site. One of the cool things I really think is kind of neat is the community photo booth, which is actually open to the public right now. And Garby's going to post a link in the chat room for us. It's photobooth.category5.tv, and when you're there, it taps into your webcam, and once you authorize it to, it takes a picture and posts it on the community photo booth wall.
We should try that sometime, shouldn't we?
It's kind of neat. So
you walk up to the thing, you do this. This is going to really flash into your viewers. There you go. And then what do you do?
Well, you have to go to photobooth.category5.tv.
Okay.
And it's just like a wall of viewers and misfits.
A rogues wall, as it were. Yeah. Rogues gallery.
But over time, it's going to be pretty interesting because, it's kind of like a chronological timeline of photographs taken from our viewers' webcams, and some here around the studio as well. So
Garby's got no TV, but he's got a handful of M&Ms in his head and hand.
It's tough to type with M&Ms in your hand.
You know what? I'm going to tell you what's coming up in the newsroom. I'm going to move away from the M&Ms. Okay. Well, search giant Google has patented.
I tweeted today. You have to tell the story.
He says it seems kind of redundant when journalists, put in their stories, search giant Google. We get it. Google's enough.
Yeah.
Google
you see it all the time, though. It's so true.
So here's what's coming up in the news.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Google has patented its augmented reality. The search giant.
That one, right.
They've patented I said patented fine the first time. Now I can't.
Sorry.
Anyway, they've done that with their augmented reality glasses for Project Glass. Wow. Okay.
I can't wait to hear about that.
A video game has been designed to help stroke victims recuperate at home. Microsoft has launched its new social media platform, so.cl. Is that social, perhaps?
Yeah, I think they kind of are playing on that for sure.
Okay. The eye dropped down and all you see. Yeah, social. Okay, Google has, let's search giant Google again, has just sealed the deal in its acquisition of Motorola, and they're already stirring the pot. New terahertz Wi-Fi can transfer data at an incredible 100 gigabits per second. Stick around, these stories are coming up later in the show, and I'll try to get the pronunciation and all those other fine things down a little better than in the intro. Hey, Robbie.
Yeah, cool stuff. You been keeping all right?
I've been all right.
You been busy? It's nice. Thank you very much for subbing in tonight. Rachel Zhu, as you know, was meant to be here tonight and called in sick, and you were here.
He said deadbeat earlier.
Oh, no, I did not. No, I did not. Don't ever.
Okay, he didn't really say that.
But I appreciate Eric coming in on such short notice.
Hey, like I said, I'm just happy to be here, glad to be alive. It has been a busy day.
Yeah.
It has, you know.
Appreciate you moving your schedule.
They're cleaning out, I don't know, they're draining all the fire, not draining all the fire hydrants, cleaning out all the lines. So I've had the water turned off at the house since 8 this morning. Had to take my dear sweet mom for her driver training. She's 82 and...
Wow.
And, you know, we were thinking perhaps she wouldn't be driving anymore, but she passed the test.
Wow. Like an actual road test?
No, this was...
Or is it... at this point, it's like a written test?
But it was like a 2.5-hour session and then a test at the end. And
right.
So,
good for her.
And,
that's great.
Yeah. So then I had a couple of guitar students and hopped in the car. I hopped in the car and scooted over here.
See, it works.
Read the newsroom updates.
I just pictured you just hopping, like gallivanting.
It was kind of gazelle-like, actually.
Yes,
running out the door. I kind of
pictured that.
You know, sort of running out the door, putting on my shirt, drinking my coffee, and yeah.
Exceptional.
I thought so. Yeah. And I'm here. And then I have a cello player coming over to do a rehearsal for a recital that we're doing on Saturday. So it will be a richly textured day by the end of it.
You're doing a recital with a cello?
Well, there's a cello teacher at this place where I teach guitar, and she teaches violin but plays cello, and I said I would accompany her on a couple of tunes. So,
oh, wonderful!
It's going to be fun. It is such a rich, sweet-sounding instrument, you know.
Yeah, sure is. Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah. And then, you know, I'm not sure what's going to happen after that. I'll probably have missed the hockey game.
You're back into hockey?
No. I'm thinking,
Phoenix
to watch playing tonight, or
to watch.
Yeah, I don't know.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, no, I'm a Velcro butt, remember?
People in the chat room are wondering, is there any chance that we can hear your recital on Saturday? Are you getting a tape, or...
Heck, no.
No, none of that?
No, it could be incriminating, evidence. Like, you took lessons from Eric Kidd? Oh,
well, we've heard you play guitar, and I know that you're really good at like the Spanish style, kind of classical guitar.
Yeah, I do a little bit of that too.
Yeah, so that alongside of a cello would be
might be
something to behold.
Why don't you come out and shoot it?
I think, yeah. Hey, we'll talk about that
on Saturday. Yeah, I've got a gig in Jackson's Point on Friday
night. Sounds like he's busy, eh?
But Saturday is going to be recital day. But I picked up a gig. I'm playing down at Georgian Downs, the local racetrack, and it's a huge event. The first leg of the Triple Crown of standardbred racing. So it's a black tie affair, and I'm entertaining folks as they come in. And then I'm terrified. I've been asked to sing the national anthem.
Oh, wow.
In front of the track at the just before the first race. So I'll have my security blanket, aka a guitar, and we'll. Yeah. It won't be quite like Christine Aguilera. Oh, she had a little issue with the American National Anthem, didn't she?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Whoops. Anyway. So, richly textured week coming this way.
Busy. See, what happens is you come on the show and you do a couple songs, and all of a sudden you just can't keep up with the demand for Mr. Eric Kidd. It's just, that's how it goes.
Hey, and thank you to folks who downloaded and made a little donation. I bought some groceries with that. That was really nice.
Certainly is nice that the community has come together and supported you in that, and that's still open actually. cat5.tv/Eric, just ERIC. Thought I'd throw that in there for you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate the support for sure. We got to take a quick break, but we will be right back in just a moment's time. Talk to you after the break.
At Ecoalkalines, we believe you should be able to trust your batteries not just here, but here, and here. But with one exception, you should also be able to trust your batteries here. Ecoalkalines are the world's first and only certified carbon-neutral battery manufactured to the highest standards of recycling and quality, without any trace amounts of harmful chemicals like mercury, lead, or cadmium. Ecoalkalines provide performance that rivals leading national alkaline battery brands at a comparable price. Find out more about the Ecoalkalines difference. Ecoalkalines.com.
This is Category 5 Technology TV.
Yes, it is.
I'm your host, Robbie Ferguson.
And I'm Eric Kidd. And did I mention I'm happy to be here and glad to be alive? Just saying.
I never like to, from my radio days, and I learned never talk about the spots as they go out. But when I see the spot for Ecoalkalines, it just reiterates the fact that they are eco-friendly batteries, and we have a year supply of these things to give away, folks. So we definitely want you to qualify for this.
What the heck is a year supply? If I'm using it in my guitar tuner, like 2 batteries is probably a year supply. If I'm using them in something else,
see, that's the thing. So you're going to get more than a year out of that if you stock up. Basically, it's a pack a week. So whatever you decide, you get to pick what kind of batteries you want. You get 52 packs.
I had somebody ask me, and I didn't know the answer, so this is probably the perfect time to be asking the question. Because some of the little tuners are using the CR 2032.
Oh, okay, like the little flat guys. Kind of coin-looking batteries.
Does Eco make that sort of thing?
These are standard consumer batteries, so AA, AAA,
right. Okay,
C,
so none of the sort of
9
watch
volts.
or electronic device.
No, none of that stuff at this point. And I don't personally know of any plans for that to come into play. But certainly the C's, D's, 9 volts, AA, AAA. Those are the main consumer batteries. So 52 packs of these to give away. All you have to do is go to their website, and there's a hot link just by going to cat5.tv/eco. ECO. And when you're there, go down to the very bottom of the page. You're going to see their Facebook and their Twitter. All you got to do is like them on Facebook, follow them on Twitter, and you're going to be casting your ballot to win a year's supply. 52 packs of Ecoalkalines batteries. So check that out. cat5.tv/eco. I know you're anxious to get into the questions. Your viewer questions have come in.
So many questions, so few answers, and you never know when Robbie's going to jump all over you and give you some kind of terse, sarcastic, No, this is a different guy.
When I would jump,
hop on. Hey, Adam Jameson isn't a country music fan.
Andrew there, he's giving country music a hard time.
Harsh.
You don't want to give country music a hard time when Eric Kidd is in the room, folks.
Because,
he will hop all over that.
I will all over you like a fat kid on a Smartie. Or is that an M&M?
M&M.
Yeah,
peanut M&M.
Enough of these consumer plugs. Product placement.
Yeah, I mean, we got to at least get paid for them. Come on.
Yeah.
As he holds up his Ubuntu mug. Fantastic.
Did I ever mention this little pub that I play at once in a while?
Oh. Yeah, hey, we've been.
Yes, actually. You sent some pictures, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm having a bad hair day. Do we know any hairdressers out there who'd like to donate a haircut for the short fat guy who sits here with Robbie every once in a while?
I've got an electric buzz thing.
He just wishes he had hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Sorry.
There you go.
That was harsh. I'm sorry.
It's true. It's so true.
Okay. Well, why don't we jump right into a question here, and we'll move on.
That's what I'm hinting at, I spilled my coffee.
Pete here. He didn't provide a pronunciation, but I'm going with Pete. He's running Ubuntu 12.04 and SSD drive. I usually partition my traditional mechanical drives with 3 partitions, /home, swap, and /. I've read where it may not be a good idea to put a swap partition on an SSD due to read-write cycles wearing down the SSD prematurely. I have 4 gig of RAM, but sometimes the swap file is used when I run Pan Newsgroup Reader. Should I go to 8 gig RAM and not partition for swap? I would rather use one SSD on my laptop as opposed to using a secondary mechanical drive for swap and slash on my regular desktop. Your thoughts? Any other issues I should consider? Love the show. That was all in caps, so I figured I should shout. Okay. Well, thank you for that question, Pete. We're going to hand that over to our guru, Robbie.
Well, what are your thoughts on that? I think it sounds to me like Pete knows what he's talking about as far as...
I'm still concerned about my bad hair day.
Well,
me
too,
sorry.
You know?
Actually, Ian has a hat that says no hair day. Carry on.
That's perfect. That would be perfect. Pete, I think you're on the right track. I think the more RAM you can stick into that system, the better off you are, because then you're not going to need the swap. But even having the swap on the drive in case it is necessary, and just having enough RAM that it never has to swap, I think is a good way to go. Now, depending on the nature of the system, depending on what you're doing, like 8 gigs would probably do. I have 16 gigs in any of my systems just to be safe, and it keeps things from swapping, and swap is our enemy. In the mechanical days, the mechanical hard drive days, or if you're using mechanical hard drives, you know that as soon as stuff starts swapping, it slows down your computer. The perceived speed of everything that's going on is going to be a lot slower because it's using mechanical hard drive for read-writes to the swap partition to emulate RAM. But in your case with the SSD, the issue's not the speed, it's now you're going to, like you say, prematurely fail that drive. An SSD is flash NAND RAM or whatever, and it's only able to be written and read so many times, and because there's constantly swapping going on, you're going to run that low.
Would you say 8 is as much as you ought to go?
I would say 8 is the minimum. 16 would be more comfortable in my case because I do a fair bit at a time. But if you're just using it for surfing and stuff, then 8 should be sufficient, more than sufficient.
Okay, and your swap is what, 1.5 times your physical memory?
I usually set a swap that's at least that, like 2 times what my physical memory is. So I might have a 32 gig swap with a 16 gig RAM. But that said, in your case, you may not need the swap at all. But
it's not eating anything just sitting there, and it's only
using space on your hard drive.
Yeah.
On an SSD, it comes at a cost, right? Because SSD, price per gigabyte is quite a bit higher than mechanical drives. So you probably want to keep that low, if at all. But the thing is that realistically, will you wear out that drive super fast? It's doubtful. I mean, the life of a computer is. You're lucky if you get more than 3 years out of a system as it is, and you're probably going to upgrade or change things before then. So if the drive is only going to last 10 years, if you put a swap on it, then you're probably going to outlive, the computer's going to outlive the hard drive anyways. So most likely, if you're not doing power usage. So but I think you're on the right track. But more RAM is always a good thing.
So, okay. So you're going to stick the RAM in, or you're going to ram it in? Sorry.
Just hop onto the RAM module.
Hey, we have a hockey fan here next.
Hey!
Sadly, he's from Hockeytown, USA.
Rooting for the wrong team?
I think that's Motown, isn't it? Is that Detroit? Okay. Actually, I was trying to set up a foursome on the golf course with all my Leaf fans, but they said that all the Red Wings fans were on the course that day, and we couldn't get there. Sorry. They were out early, too. A little. I
have no idea what he's talking about.
Anyway,
I'm going to talk about something really technical.
Okay.
Coming up.
Andy from Hockeytown, USA. Go
Andy.
Wings. He's running 12.04 Ubuntu.
Awesome.
I'm trying to install DockbarX on Unity 12.04. I have went to Launchpad's website and installed as instructed with no luck. Do you have any suggestions how I can do this? I very much dislike Unity and GNOME 3. I would like to keep the global menu on top with the look of Windows 7's DockbarX on the bottom. Cannot wait to see what Zorin OS 6 core will look like in a week or two. New to your show and enjoy it very much. Thanks, and keep up the good work, everyone. And you keep cheering for those Wings. Oh.
I gotta admit, I do like wings. Wings and beer.
Actually, wings have been occasionally pretty hot. Sorry. Unlike my Leafs.
Yes.
It's been, what, 45? It's been a lot of years since we had
Been
a
a
cup
few, eh?
in Toronto.
All right. Hey, DockbarX is not even in the repositories. Look at that. So what the first thing that we would do is find a repository or a PPA that supports it. Fortunately, Web Update does happen to carry DockbarX, and the first thing that I want to check is what version that they're supporting in Web Update. This is a PPA. Okay, so I'm going to just scroll down on that PPA, and I see DockbarX version 0.48.
Like dog barks? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly like that. If we head on over to Launchpad, you'll see that the current version, latest version, is 0.48. So fortunately, over here at Web Update, they have a current version. It is the current version in there for your system. So don't be misled by the fact that it says Lucid. This is a repository that will work for you. Should work. So let's copy this command here, sudo apt add apt repository, and then the PPA. I'm just going to copy that to my clipboard. Let's give it a try. We're doing this live on the air, so it could work, it could fail.
Working without a net, kids.
Exactly. Okay. Paste that in. Enter our password. Okay. Packages in this PPA. There we are. It's got quite a bit of extra stuff. It's also got DockbarX themes, things like that, so that's a good thing. Enter to continue.
Did you want a drum roll or anything?
Nah, you know, you can sing me a sweet melody or something. Okay, sudo apt-get update.
Whee! Oh, sorry. I got excited.
It is pretty exciting. All that IGN stuff. Just, that's what it says.
Oh, okay.
It's looking at me strange, folks.
It's the only way I know how to look.
Yeah, at me. Yeah.
Well.
Here goes. Sudo apt-get update now has loaded the new PPA information. So now let's bring back up. Let's bring back up Ubuntu Software Center. And the reason I'm using Ubuntu Software Center, for the folks that are saying, hey, why is he not using apt-get? It's for familiarity. We're learning this new 12.04, so might as well get familiar with the interface. Now let's do a search for DockbarX. Still nothing there. So we're not seeing it in Ubuntu Software Center. Let's see if it shows up anywhere. Doesn't look like it. So we may have to use apt-get anyways. So let's give it a try. Back at our terminal.
Is this terminal?
Sudo apt-get install DockbarX. All right, it's going to give me a whole slew of awesome stuff that's going to help that to work. All right, do you want to do it? Usually what I check here is how many things is it going to remove? Because if it's going to remove something, it might break something, so then you want to be more cautious. In our case, we're getting 16 new things, so chances are pretty good it's not going to break anything unless it's going to break a version or something, but chances are pretty good it's not.
Well, guy Jim said you spelled something incorrectly.
Oh, good. Did I?
Well, I'm wondering if maybe that's why it didn't work. No, it looked like it worked, didn't it? Maybe he wasn't talking to you.
Maybe. It is altogether possible that I would do a typo.
Oh. If you type it in as the package name, it will still show up.
Mm-hmm. Which is what I did.
Oh.
DockbarX
sure, Jim.
Without the dash. We can try various variations of that. But as you see, the package name.
Sorry, Jim just recanted. He said he saw it wrong.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Now, I don't know the commands for it. Hopefully it'll show up here. There we go. Preferences. There we go. So that seems to have installed it just fine for us.
DocuManager. Is there supposed to be in there invisible mutant?
Okay. So that looks like it worked. So whatever you were doing through Launchpad, I would say get on over to the web update repository or PPA.
You could hop on over.
Yeah, hop on over and get that set up. Okay. What I'm going to do for you, just for your convenience, and for those of you who are watching and interested in installing DockbarX, which is basically a nice dock bar that can emulate the Windows 7 style interface and a few different things, and it's very customizable. I haven't got a lot of experience with it myself, but those of you who know it love it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a short link for you, just for that PPA. So, what should we call it? PPA 1. I'll call it the PPA1.cat5.tv. That way, I'm not making you have to remember how to spell web update.
Rules.
So you go cat5.tv/PPA1, just like that. Okay, hit enter, and it's going to automatically take you over to web update, and then you can follow the directions just as I showed you. All right, there it is. Good luck. Let us know how it goes. Let us know if that was helpful, and we do appreciate viewer testimonials. If ever we are of assistance for you, visit our website, category5.tv, click on Interact, and you'll see the ability there to submit a viewer testimonial, and we appreciate that.
All right. Should we hop on over to another question?
It never gets old, does it?
Well, we were talking about hops, and then somehow my mind wandered over to Guinness.
Yes. How did I feel that one coming?
I don't know, but nobody in the... Okay, how many hops did it take? Okay, this is from Sasha Termitis. Okay,
Sasha.
And running Windows 7. Hi, Robbie.
Hello.
I'm using Goldwave and CyberLink Power Director 10 on your recommendation, and recently picked up a Blue Yeti USB microphone after seeing it on your show. My question now is, how do I get the audio from my Goldwave file to sync up with my Flip video?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It is a matter of looking at those little sound wavy lines and matching them. Is that what it's a question of? If so, I'm horrible at this. Do you have tricks, hints that I can work with? Thank you, Sasha.
Sasha, one of the things that I guess people don't realize about production is that a clapboard actually has a purpose. And in what you're doing now, what she's trying to do is she said she was using a Flip and Goldwave to record audio from a Yeti microphone. Okay.
Right.
So in that case, she's got audio, like a WAV file, video, say, I don't know if it's recording like MOV files or something like that, and then having to combine the two. But how do you synchronize so that when the lips move, the audio is in the right place, right? Regardless of what program you are, that can be tricky if you don't have the right tools.
Right.
The tool, fortunately for you, Sasha, is that it's very, very simple. And anybody who's interested in doing this kind of thing, sometimes what I'll do if I'm really being like, I don't know, if I just don't feel like going and getting the clapboard, is I'll count down from 3. I'll go 3, 2, 1, and make sure that my hands are visible on the screen, and I can use that click of my hands as the marker, because in the spikes and in the peaks and valleys of the audio track, you're going to see that instantaneous spike, right? But a hand clap is not anywhere near as accurate as a clapboard, because clapboards don't resonate. They are a very, very, it's designed for it. It's a click, right? So I'm gonna go to cat5.tv/bh and just do a real quick search for clapboard. First one that comes up is $45, but if I display by price, low to high, the cheapest clapboard that I can find there is a chalkboard one, and it's $12.95. Little step up is $14.95. So anywhere around there, I mean, you pick up one of those, it's $13.
Does that not look like something you could do in your workshop?
Well, you could if you were extremely handy, for sure.
Okay.
It's a pretty simple, like,
but
it's the simplest thing in the world.
Even if you're paying yourself minimum wage, it'd probably cost you $12 worth of time.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You might as well just go get one that looks nice and it does the job flawlessly. So with that, now you clap it, and you make sure you clap it on film so that the camera, the flip, is picking up that visual. The microphone is already recording and is picking up the audio. And then you take that spike and you shift it, the audio spike. You'll see it on the screen in the waveform, and you shift it so that it coincides with where you see the clack go down on the clapboard.
The clack?
Yeah.
The clap?
I don't know the technical terms. I don't know the technical terms. Yep. That's all there is to it. It works. And it's not just a fancy thing that you see people using to look cool.
I wondered why that. You know?
Look at me, I'm...
Take 37?
Yeah, Yeah. And there's more to it than just that. And that's another example is, the takes. You can audibly say, okay, here is take 32. So now the audio track knows that it's take 32. The video track knows because you've chalkboarded it onto the clapboard.
Right, so you don't line up your click with track 31.
And it can happen.
In error.
Yeah, because when you're listening back, it's sometimes tough. That makes it so easy. And even if you're just doing like podcasts and things that involve like what we do when we do the music videos and stuff, we're using a clapboard to be able to synchronize the voice to the video tracks because it's all lip synced, right? So that's important too.
Milli Vanilli here.
Yeah, well, I laid down the vocals myself though. They weren't some. They were not people behind the curtains.
Yes. I heard them.
There you go. Clapboard, $12.95 at cat5.tv/BH.
He wouldn't let me sing on that Friday song. The Tuesday song.
I wanted to too. It was all a time thing. It's the time crunch. It was the time crunch.
Didn't even invite me over.
Had to be timely. We're working on a new one. We can't tell you too much, but Eric and I are going to be getting together one of these weekends.
Yeah. You get dressed up for this one.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Hey,
time for more questions or no?
We actually got to jump into the news so that we can get our feature going, and we're going to, we welcome your questions. Join us in the chat room, category5.tv. You'll see the link to get into the chat room, but also Category 5 on Freenode is where you'll find us. Hey, good coffee tonight, eh?
Yeah, that was a little bit of all right.
Side note. It was? Is it gone?
Oh, it's still good right there. It's not holding its heat very well.
We need to get like those USB warmers or something from ThinkGeek, That'd be perfect. Anyway.
All right, well, here are the top stories from the Category5.tv newsroom. Google, that's the search giant Google, has patented the design of its augmented reality glasses known as Project Glass. 3 patents for a wearable display device with characteristics of the much-talked-about futuristic glasses were submitted last autumn. The patents reference such functions as displaying data in front of the wearer's eyes and playing audio. Google is working on the project in its research lab, Google X. The prototypes are currently being tested by the firm's executives, including Sergey Brin and Vin Gundotra. How did I do?
You were nowhere near.
Nowhere near? Okay.
Sorry, Vic.
Anyway, some of the top executives are testing these babies out.
There you go.
Okay. Scientists at Newcastle University have developed a computer game designed to help stroke victims recuperate. The Circus Challenge game, created with a computer game studio, aims to help patients recover motor functions. Players use wireless controllers to perform virtual circus acts such as lion taming and plate spinning. I've got to see this. It is hoped that the PC-based game will serve as a cheaper and more effective alternative to existing treatments, with patients able to play at home. The project received a £1.5 million grant from the Health Innovation Challenge Fund, a partnership between the Wellcome Trust and the Department of Health to allow further development.
Interesting. I wonder if we're going to start seeing more and more of that, like because of the Wii and definitely like the Xbox Live kind of stuff.
A lot of the technology's in place, so just gearing it towards specific.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I see that he's holding what looks like maybe the PS3 or something like that, but I think about like the Kinect.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, and body movement and being able to, could be neat.
Very cool.
Yeah, neat to see them using technology for something innovative. Instead of just games. No more shooting. It's all about the shooting.
Microsoft has opened up its SOCL, SO.CL, social networking service to the general public. The website is designed to let users share and comment on interesting search results and connect with like-minded people. It is targeted at students and had formerly been restricted to invitees at universities and schools in the U.S. The service integrates with Facebook and is being pitched as an experiment rather than a rival to other networks. Okay.
Interesting, and yet I don't see a Twitter login or anything like that. It's strictly Facebook.
Okay. And we're back to the search giant Google. Google today said that it has finally closed its acquisition of Motorola. First announced in August 2011, the $12.5 billion deal took longer than expected to clear regulatory hurdles in China. China gave Google the green light on May 19th, and Google now owns Motorola Mobility, for which it paid $40 per share in cash. One concession Google had to make in order to garner approval from Chinese antitrust regulators was a commitment to Android's openness. Google agreed to keep the platform open to other handset makers for a period of at least 5 years from the closing of the acquisition.
Well, that's good.
Now that the deal is complete, Google has already made changes to the company's leadership. Motorola CEO Sanjay Jha, who led the company for about 3.5 years, is stepping aside and being replaced by Dennis Woodside, a Google veteran. According to Google, Woodside played a pivotal role in the acquisition process. Jha will work with Google to help complete the leadership transition, but only temporarily. All right. Researchers in Japan have smashed the record for wireless data transmission in the terahertz band, an uncharted part of the electromagnetic spectrum. As consumers become ever more hungry for high data rates, standard lower frequency bands have become crowded. The band makes use of frequencies from about 300 gigahertz to 3 terahertz between the microwave and far infrared spectrums, which are entirely unregulated at this time. It is used principally for imaging in research contexts, as terahertz waves penetrate many materials as effectively as X-rays, but deposit far less energy and therefore cause less damage. Terahertz Wi-Fi would probably only work within ranges of about 10 meters, but could in theory support data rates up to 100 gigabits per second. That is a lickety-split.
It's a short range, but I could see going into a store and all of a sudden they transfer gigs and gigs and gigs of data over to your smartphone.
Wow.
Just by walking through a door or something. Wow.
There you go. You can get the full stories at category5.tv/newsroom. The category5.tv newsroom is researched by Roy W. Nash with contributions by our community of viewers. If you have a news story you think is worthy of on-air mention, email newsroom@category5.tv. For the category5.tv newsroom, I'm Eric Kidd.
Hey, stick around. We have got a big announcement for you. I'm going to be saving you a ton of money coming up in just a moment. First, tonight's show is brought to you in part by GardenGateFarms.com. For certified organic broccoli sprout and wheatgrass juice, visit GardenGateFarms.com. Also, Cordery Electric is the official electric company of Category 5 Technology TV. Find out more about them by contacting them through their website, CorderyElectric.com. Now, I promised you a couple of ways to save money tonight, and last week was a big week as far as our, launching our series. Pardon me. We're launching a series on saving money using technology.
All right.
And last week I introduced a very, very cool product, MagicJack Plus.
Yeah.
Which is that small and saves. You're going to save me here over $700 a year in phone bills.
Sorry, you don't have one anymore.
Where'd it go? It's very smelly all of a sudden. It's wet. Ew.
Hello?
Here's the thing.
Hello?
Incidentally, one of the gentlemen from MagicJack...
Did you not turn that BlackBerry off yet?
I tried. I threw it on the cement a little bit earlier.
No, it was I who dropped BlackBerry. Robust little thing it is.
Okay. MagicJack Plus, if you were watching last week, it's going to save a lot of money. It actually works. We've been using it all week here and at home, and it's been working.
He didn't answer when I called him.
I didn't answer, but I called you back, and we talked, and you didn't know you didn't know the difference.
I did not know the difference.
Yeah. So
you look the same.
For the price, I mean, it's unbelievable. $2.50 a month for long distance. Anyway, like Canada and the US, I'm going to have my phone line for $2.50 a month. Crazy. So anyways, as I was saying, one of the gentlemen from MagicJack was watching the show last week and said, you know what, we want to send your viewers some MagicJacks.
Hey.
So what I need you to do... We'll talk about that after. Come on, let me give it away to them.
Carry on.
Let me give you one.
Let me do my shirt back up.
We'll see if we can pick you up. But here's the thing. We have some of these to give away. So what I need you to do this week is give us a call on our MagicJack. Leave me a voicemail telling me why you need a MagicJack Plus. Our phone number is 2545-522-8588. Make it real simple. That is 2545 Cat 5 TV. That's our number for the MagicJack. So give us a call. Drop us a voicemail. Your voicemail is going to be your ballot to win a MagicJack Plus, as long as you tell us why you think it would be great to have a MagicJack Plus. Maybe you've got family overseas. You want to be able to call them for free. Send them a MagicJack, and they can call you locally, right? You set them up. Let's say you had family in the UK, okay? You set up the MagicJack with a Barrie number, and then you send it to them. They plug it into their internet. Now they have a Barrie number. So now they can phone you, you can phone them, and it's a local call.
That is crazy.
Right? Okay. So maybe that's why you want a MagicJack. Maybe it's just you want to replace your phone line and you want to save some money. If you're paying $60-$70 a month for your phone line, this is going to be, because we're giving it to you for free, it's going to be free phone service for an entire year, and then $30 a year after that. So
wow.
So give us a call, 2545-228588, and that's going to give you our voicemail. Leave us a voicemail telling us why you think you should win a MagicJack Plus. And you can find out more about the MagicJack Plus from cat5.tv/MagicJack. Please check them out. And I've just been thrilled with it. The past week has been just, every time I make a phone call, I'm like, I cannot believe how much money I'm saving. Unbelievable.
You know, you don't even really need to, as TikTok says, doesn't even want to talk to anyone. He just wants to save money on his phone.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. You have to have a phone.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying last week. It's like, I have to have a phone. I got to be able to pick up a phone, and people have to be able to contact me. But for the 10 phone calls I make in a month, why am I paying $70 just to have the service? It's ridiculous. Forget about long distance. Just the service itself is costing me $60 a month.
Wow.
That's just absurd. So $2.50 a month. Free for you. So give me a call. Another, what?
Nothing.
I'm really excited about this series, saving you money using technology.
He's actually a little hyper today. He is.
I am. It could be the coffee. It could be the excitement. It could be the cost savings. Who knows? One of the amazing devices that I've come across is this AIOS device. I'm going to show this to you. But basically, one of the things that my wife and I have always tried to have and tried to have set up in our living room, connected to the TV, is a computer, because we like to be able to watch our shows. Whenever we buy DVDs, the first thing that we do, because we have kids, we've learned the hard way, we import those into we save them on our Unraid server. So we have a pretty good, our whole DVD collection is on DVD, but also on ISOs. So having a computer connected to the television set means that we can just bring up a show at any time. The kids can watch their shows, their DVDs and stuff that they get for Christmas or whatever, and they don't have to be transitioning DVDs back and forth into DVD players, and of course they get broke when you've got 6, 4, and 2-year-olds. That's just what happens. So along comes the AIOS device, and I've always thought, wouldn't it be cool to have an all-in-one device for the television multimedia center, but they're usually very expensive. What's really great about this, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, is you can get this for under $100. Plain and simple, okay? List price is about $199, $200, but if you go to their website, cat5.tv/AIOS, and it's spelled AIOS, if you go there, you're going to go where to buy, and you'll see a list of all the different shops that you can get it at. Amazon, a few different sites, but you'll see you can comparison shop, and you'll see it for $80, $90. So a couple of cool features about this. First of all, 3.5-inch hot swappable drive bay. It does not come with a hard drive. All I've done is I've just stuck one of the old 500 gig hard drives in it that I had kicking around. You probably have an 80 gig hard drive sitting around somewhere.
Probably.
And that is, of course, SATA. All right. And it's hot swappable, and it comes with a tray.
Actually, I have some IDE drives.
Well, that won't do you any good for anything. This is a full HD box. You'll see the connectors on the back. It has everything. Find out more on the website, but HDMI is the big deal. Also, it has composite output, so if you're using an old-style CRT TV, you can connect that in as well. They do recommend, for the best picture, you want to have 1080p or better, they say. But essentially, it will work with the older stuff as well. So on my 480p CRT TV, it's able to work through composite. Has HDMI out, USB 3 connector to go into a computer. It's got USB ports as well, Ethernet, and everything. Coax, optical, everything that you could ever need as far as connectors
USB
go.
3 or?
It has USB 3 out to a computer and USB 2 to connect to peripherals.
Oh.
And I'm going to talk to you about that. It has an SD card reader on the side, so if you want to put in your pictures and things like that. Remember, this is sub $100, right? And it's got it all. A side-facing USB 2 port as well. So if you need to be able to plug something in, I like to have it on its side like that, and then be able to plug something in at the top. One of the additions that you can buy for $15 is the wireless adapter. And that's where you can plug that into the USB. You can plug flash drives, external hard drives, things like that. Anything at all. And there you go. So I'm going to actually fire this thing up. We're gonna set this up and plug it in. So I'll kind of set this up for the first time here.
Where are we going?
There we go. Ethernet.
Let's turn that around that way.
Okay. Power.
Where are we going with this guy?
That's HDMI, so that's the video out.
Somewhere up here.
All right, and the one that says HDMI.
Here, sorry. You know what? I need my reading glasses if I'm going to do this.
He's trying to plug it into the fan, the HDMI. That's sad, man.
Why not? You got a problem with that?
HDMI straight into the HDMI port, and then powered on. And there we go.
It's that simple.
Well, that's all there was to it. So we want to give a quick review as to how this thing works. First thing I noticed is that it is generating a little bit of fan noise there. I know that it does quiet down.
Okay.
Because you want your multimedia center to be awfully quiet. Here it goes. There it goes. It's booting. It also has a full remote. It's booted already. That's pretty fantastic. There you go. So multimedia remote. This is another thing that with my computer I was having to stand up, use the mouse, and control the computer, bring up the videos and things like that. That way, watching YouTube. It was great. I mean, you'd have family over and they want to see something on YouTube and you can bring it up on the TV. It's fantastic. But this way, you've got access to all that from a remote control. Yeah, it's pretty noisy right now,
Actually,
eh?
you know what? I'm thinking it's actually pretty quiet compared to, say,
it is.
being beside a computer or something.
Sure.
But I bet you actually, if you set it down flat,
You think that's going to make a
the
difference?
fan noise would be quieter.
All right, let's see. A little bit.
Perhaps.
Not much.
But TikTok thinks I bent the fan blade.
By
I didn't
plugging-
actually get that far. I didn't get that close to it, TikTok.
Yeah. Okay. So that's that. I'm going to see if that quiets down in the course of the review, because it's just booting up here and it's just everything's running at full fledged. It's basically a self-contained computer system. It is seemingly getting quieter.
There. Now it's quiet.
Yeah, I can't even hardly hear it now. So just during that initial boot. And it booted up pretty fast, so it must need a little bit of extra oomph there. So with the remote here, you can see I can browse my network. Just like that. There's the internal hard drive, which it doesn't come with it, but you can install it. You don't need it. You don't have to have the internal hard drive if you don't want. It can.
But if you
run
want
completely
to
off
create a
network.
huge library of stuff like you have,
Well,
you may.
or alternative. I'm going to show you a couple of cool little features of this. It's got the videos. It's got music. It's got photos, apps, web browser, bookmarks, and your setup. Okay. So we're talking a little bit about the internal hard drive and what can you do with that. Well, over on my computer, power consumption CyberSmurf is very, very light. That's one of the things I love about this too, is it's so low on power consumption. The actual specs are on the website, cat5.tv/AIOS. When you're there, check it out. But it is designed to be a low power consumption device, and it's small form factor. It runs cool, and it's using just a little power adapter here.
Could you record live TV with it?
No, it doesn't have video inputs.
Okay.
It's strictly an output device. However, you know what? It does have USB. So I'll bet you it might be a fun thing to try, plugging in like a USB capture device, say like a Blackmagic Intensity external or something like that, a shuttle. I don't know whether that's supported or not. We are not suggesting you record copyrighted material. No. But to be able to catch something after the fact, I mean, right now I'm on the air and I can't watch whatever's on the TV right now, but I might want to watch it afterwards.
Right.
So,
am I missing a hockey game?
They have. You wouldn't be if it would work. They have a great forum on there as well, great community, and they will answer questions as far as things like that. You may even see that maybe somebody's talked about connecting a recording device. I'm not sure if that's supported or not. Out of the box, no, it's not supported. But that's not to say that it can't be done. So what I wanted to show you here is, okay, we've got this thing connected, and first and foremost, I mean, because you may want to go get one of these, I'm going to show you how to get this information. I'm going to actually bring up on the menu here. I want to know what the IP address is. So I'm going to go Setup, and it's gone through DHCP. I've gone to Network, and I'm going to go, now I'm on a wired LAN, not on wireless, DHCP, and DNS is auto.
Dynamic
that's actually asking me if I want to change it. I don't want to change it. I want to actually find out what my current setting. There we go. If I point to FTP server, for example, see, notice that it has an FTP server built in. 10.0.0.103 it looks like. And notice I've got BitTorrent from transmission. I've got BitTorrent running at the IP address as well. I've got Samba and security features for that. So I'm going to try just accessing, let's see here, smb://10.0.0.103, and there it is. That's my device. So it has what it's called a C drive. That's the Samba share name. And you'll see that I've got a couple of things on that internal hard drive that I've installed there. So if I go into category 5, you can see a file there. So I can move things around as if, you know, it's just a NAS storage device. It has a BitTorrent folder. So if you're getting your files through BitTorrent videos and things like that, you can actually go to the IP address 10.0.0.103 or whatever it is on your network, and you can add your BitTorrents here, for example. So it's a PC-less all-in-one multimedia system. That's one of the ways you can do it. But beautifully, it also includes, let's go back to our menu system here. You'll see it has transmission on port 9091. So instead of just going to the IP, I'm going to go port 9091. And it takes me right into a transmission torrent system. Pardon me, so I can use this without any software. I can put my torrent files in there, and it will do the downloading for me. And that can be, you know, you're downloading an ISO file of the new Ubuntu, and you can drag it into there, and it will save it to the internal hard drive, and then you access it through Samba Share, but your computer doesn't have to be running. It can be this low-powered device, and it can be doing it for you. If it does happen to be video, audio, pictures, things like that in your torrents, they're going to immediately become available on your device, which is very, very nice.
Very nice.
So on the menu, if that's the case, you've downloaded some stuff, notice at the very bottom it says, there's a little green circle and it says rescan storage. This is something I didn't know because I was using a CRT and some of those things get cut off because it's not TV safe, right? So if you look at the remote, I've got a green button, and when I push that button, it actually starts to...
Whatever you do, don't touch that button.
Yeah, it's actually a good thing. So it's actually going to scan my internal hard drive when I push that. There it goes, and it's done. Okay, so now let's go up to videos, which is going to pull from my internal hard drive. And keep in mind, you can also browse the network. And there we go. Click on a video. Pretty zippy. Loads it right up. Notice it's saying, hey, you can press OK to start from the last play or cancel to start from the beginning. Beautiful feature of this. If you need to stop a video halfway through, it will automatically pick it up where it left off if you want it to. So that's pretty awesome.
So it's got a nice fast forward through half of just to see where you...
It's got a nice seek tool, so you can easily seek just with a couple of little clicks here to any place in the video. See that? And it's got a really great zoom feature with smooth transitions. It's just pushing the zoom button on the remote control, by the way. This one's kind of neat. You can change the aspect ratio just by...
You playing with the remote on that clip too?
Look at that. I'm losing so much weight. All right. So all that. Sorry, what was that?
So you look like you're playing with a remote on that clip too.
It probably was. It's pretty awesome stuff. Okay, so as far as going through the provided apps, I'm going to hit the home button, and I can see there's music, which is cool. I can bring up my music library if it's on the internal hard drive.
Hey, do you have any Eric Kid tunes in there?
I haven't yet. I got to get some. I got to donate. You got photos. Here's something cool. Apps. So from here, we've got audio podcasts. We've got Shoutcast, which is a fantastic service available on all platforms. With Shoutcast, you can listen to world radio through the internet anywhere. So you pick your genre at the left here, just scrolling down, right? So whatever it is that you pick. Let's say Caribbean. So I push the right arrow, then push it again, and now I can scroll through the stations themselves. And then I click OK, and it's going to buffer that station. It's going to automatically start playing it. And hopefully
TikTok wants country.
Yeah. There you go. So you can browse through that. It does have multitasking on the audio player. If it's running off of your hard drive, you can still continue to browse around. It has YouTube built into it as well, so you can surf the web or surf YouTube, do searching and things like that. Video podcasts. This is great. You don't need an aggregator. You can just go right into video podcasts. So, for example, you can see that there's world news up at the top, U.S. news, technology, and entertainment. A couple of other ones that we're hiding there. If I go into technology, it's going to load some of the most popular shows. There you go. And one of the things that I was kind of, I guess, pleased about when I got this device is that Category 5 TV is actually a part of the firmware. This is all built. That out. Yeah, it's all built into the chip, and Category 5 technology TV is in there.
Does it have the search giant Google? Sorry.
So they're obviously aggregating our show and other shows, but you'll notice that you don't need to download anything. So if I click on an episode, just like that, it grabs the video, probably grabbing it from one of our CDN locations or something like that.
Just hopped on over there and grabbed it.
It just hopped on over. Yeah.
Can you use this kind of as a network attached storage?
Absolutely. Yeah. It has Samba built in, so it's good to go. Now we're using this. Usually loads up very, very quickly. We're using a lot of bandwidth, obviously, because we're on the air live right now. So pulling a file of that size is probably not a good idea. But there you have it. That's essentially how that works. Beautiful device. We've really been enjoying using it.
Can you use it with the Plex server?
I don't know what that is. What's that?
What is that, RD Blair?
Are you connecting it to a shared, like a Samba share or something like that? I have my Unraid box on the network, and the Unraid box is basically like a RAID storage device. It has a whole bunch of hard drives in it, and we've got shares on that, and I can browse my network and go to those shares. So this supports Samba as far as browsing. It also has FTP, all that kind of stuff as well. There's the video there. It's not a good idea for us to load that while we're on the air, but it is.
Push it to the point.
Well, but it is
working. That was
an
abrupt end to the show.
So there you kind of have it. Let's go back to our applications there. I've enjoyed discovering new shows as well, just because they're included on the firmware. You don't have to download them. Even little things like just being able to grab your weather that quickly, and there you go. So here you've got a device that is able to provide you with everything that you need on your set-top box. It does have a web browser as well, so you can surf the internet directly in the box. If you've got HDTV, like an HDMI device, you're going to be able to see it in high def, and that's great. So you can actually bring up the web browser and surf the web, plain and simple, right? You can select what URL you want to go to, and you're good to go. So, but here's a device for under $100 that can be had. I'm going to go up to cat5.tv/ and this is AIOS. It's going to take you right over to their website.
What do the letters stand for?
AIOS. There you go. I don't know. Artificial Intelligence Operating System? I don't know. I'm guessing.
Wow.
Where to buy, and just clicking real quick up at the top here, where to buy, and I'll click on, let's say, Newegg, for example. And you'll see over at the right-hand side, $94. There it is. Okay, that's with a rebate, but MSRP $200. You're going to be able to get it for under $100 anywhere that you go, and very, very cool stuff. This is a replacement for that HTPC, the having to have a computer plugged into the TV at all times and having to run a computer in order to watch your shows, or even having to sit down at a computer in order to see a show, and probably bad for your posture and stuff like that. I know people do that. I know people that do that.
Sitting on the couch watching hockey isn't particularly good for my posture.
No, that's not good for you either. So check that out. That is the iOS device, cat5.tv/iOS. There is a new model coming out. It's called the Xios or XIOS. They are bringing out two models. One of them is Android-based and one of them is Linux-based. They are big supporters of open platforms, which I love. You'll go to their forum on their website. You'll see that they actually have a whole thread devout to people hacking this device. So if you're interested in taking a box like this and hacking up the firmware and adding your own features, if you're a programmer and want to be able to do that, here is the device for you. And just that they've got a Linux and Android version coming out is very exciting. It does not support Netflix or Hulu out of the box, but there is a service called PlayOn.tv, which is available for a very small fee, under $5 a month, and they will be able to then stream that service from your PC to this device.
So can you watch Cat 5 live?
You cannot watch Category 5 live on this. It's not meant for live TV. It's meant for on-demand viewing. So you can watch after the fact, and very, very quickly after the fact as well, I might add. So if you have any questions about this device, make sure you pop us an email live at category5.tv. And that's all the time that we have.
It's very quiet now.
It is now. Yeah, it's absolutely silent. So thanks, everybody. Hope you had a great time tonight. Eric, thank you again for being here.
How could you not have a great time? Come on.
I know. It's just been spectacular and fantastic.
Yes. Well, you can look this up later on Search Giant Google's website, and you'll find us.
Side note, don't forget that next week we are giving away the Ecoalkalines year supply of batteries, so make sure you do participate in that, okay? A year supply. Hey, take it easy. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next Tuesday night. See you, buddy.
Then.
Yeah, later.